Good morning.
Hello.
Good evening.
Welcome to the backyard hang.
Why are you saying like
Yard hang.
it sounds spooky when you say it.
Welcome to the backyard hang.
Maybe we should split it up. Everybody gets one word.
Welcome to the backyard hang.
Okay. I mean,
Well, we got a new title.
Backyard hang.
yeah.
We got a title. New title. Was
We
that
got a
what you
new
called it?
title. We haven't quite worked out the intro, if you can tell.
I think we are nailing it.
I think Andy was going for a back.
Yard.
Welcome to the backyard hang.
Okay. We'll work on it. We'll
the
get
new
there.
title, ladies and gents, and those who choose not to disclose or non-binary, to try to be inclusive. Don't know what I'm
I was
saying.
gonna say.
We love you all.
Tried
This
to go for a swim, started drowning immediately.
Thanks for watching into the last episode of the Backyard Hang.
fresh. You know what it is? It's going to be the same. If you've been listening, it's going to be more the same. If you are new, this is it, baby. We're backyard hanging. We're in my backyard. I'm Tommy Johnagin.
I'm Alex Stone.
I am. What's my name again?
What? Hi, my name is. It's Andy Woodhull.
Andy Woodhull.
Boom. New title. Just hanging out. We thought this news just has a negative connotation. We found out after several years. But no, for real, Andy's permanent. We thought refresh, rebrand.
Mhm.
New name, new picture. We all took gummies a few minutes ago.
Did we?
We
Okay,
did?
Interesting.
We're having
Yeah.
a
Nobody offered me
backyard
any.
hang.
We drove all the way over here. We don't even get so much as
I mean, it's too late to run inside now, but to be honest, I should have offered you.
No, it does seem too late. Yeah.
Is that part of the new podcast? We're always on gummies.
You know what? Here's the thing we
Do
do.
you
on
guys
the
want to
old-
commit to it?
It's been part of the
Here's
podcast.
here's a huge bit we would do on the old podcast every month or two, or every other month, biannually. Is one of us would take a gummy and not tell the other one until it kicked in.
Yeah, one of us would not tell the
Yeah,
other
and you
one.
never knew which one it was going to be.
Never knew.
You had-
Sometimes it was me.
Yeah.
Sometimes
you
it was
know?
you.
Can I tell you this? Real twist, never me. You
It
know?
was never you.
We're
Ooh,
waiting for it to be me.
spoiler.
Oh my gosh, they're all Kit Kats.
One-
That's a
what's
Seinfeld
that from? I
reference.
was gonna say.
They're all Kit Kats.
You got to go over to Tuesdays with Stories. You want to start doing those bits.
Yeah, you can't bring that on.
Would
here.
they have me on?
People hate guests on that podcast. And I'll tell you this about this podcast: we don't have 4 mics.
There you go. There you
So
go.
if you like
Problem
guests,
solved.
you have run out of spots.
You got a podcast into the same mic as someone.
We got to order new mics.
Not post COVID. You're not. No way.
I really do think that. Have we done a full "We're All on Gummies" episode?
No. Could be a fun Patreon.
Could be a fun.
Oh, you want to do that for the Patreon this week?
Well, here's what I'll do.
Everybody says that.
I
Right?
gotta-
Tell me more about the Patreon, Alex. I'm interested in the Patreon.
We got a Patreon. You can patronize us on the Patreon. Be a patron for $5. You get access to this hot, tasty video. You can see Tommy's shacket or jert. What do you call it?
It's a jacket. What the
It's-
fuck are you doing right now?
It's a shirt jacket.
This is not a shirt jacket. This
Andy,
is a
would
straight
you
up jacket.
Call that a shirt jacket?
Well, I see what you mean, shirt jacket, because it's got the buttons.
It's got the buttons in the
And a
collar,
collar.
and it's plaid like
see what
my.
you're
It
talking about.
looks like
You
my
seem
shirt.
offended by it, but
Are you doing a bit?
I
It
see what you're
looks
talking
like
about.
my shirt, but
Jackets
thicker.
have buttons and collars.
It's
I
a
don't know
jacket.
what
A lot of
world-
jackets have zippers these days.
Well, get on the Patreon.
I'm
in
not
the
saying
age of
jackets
zippers.
don't have zippers.
Be
What I'm
the
telling you
judge
here,
for yourself.
you get on the Patreon, you get the video of all the episodes. You get a bonus episode every single week. Comes
Mhm.
out on Thursdays, typically, unless Alex is in labor or something. My kid's saying good night, I
And You
believe.
get access to Tommy Johnagin stand-up
Everbell's
comedy
coming
special.
out.
It's
Live.
so sweet. She comes out to say
From
goodnight.
Oh yeah, there is a
Madison.
little stand-up.
It's very nice that
special-
she comes
not special,
out
but just
to
a
say
thing.
goodbye to
What's
me.
Everett doing? Everett's coming
Oh.
to collect the dog. Are you hugging Alex?
Oh.
She juked him.
She got you, dude.
That's my
It
kid.
was going to be burned on somebody. Didn't realize it was
Never
gonna be
hugging
me there.
Alex. Huge rule in this house.
Is it really? Wow. Well, for also you get an album and a poster, and then
Oh yeah, you get some gifts.
Well, 20
We'll start
now.
tweaking this Patreon with a new
Yeah.
title. Now that we got 3 sources of income to pump into this baby.
Wait, we're putting money into it? I thought we got money from it.
Mostly money
Alex,
going
did
in.
you not tell him?
It's mostly money going in, baby. There's
This
some
costs
money
money
coming
for
out.
me to be on here?
It will cost.
You know
a
what?
little
You
bit of
don't
scratch.
feel it until every once in a while you get an email or a thing and a thing. We've talked about this many times. There's also a bit we do where one of us feels like we're having a bad episode, just thinks they decide they may want to quit and not do this anymore. we do that bit every once in
Andy
a while.
has been a part of that.
We did that the other day.
yeah, we did that one
I
the
didn't
other-
care for it.
Got that one out of the way quick.
I think that's a fan favorite bit. Me being in a bad mood, and wanting to stop doing this, but we will also increase goods of the pod. I was in the middle of a thought there and just completely lost it.
You're
The
two
gummy's
for-
not even kicking
You're
in.
2 for 2 on starting thoughts and then pulling the ripcord.
Well, I
get
get visually distracted as these kids are going in there, and Harper's not in her pajamas. We are past bedtime. I'm the one that has to wake him up tomorrow.
You got to feel good about that.
Yeah. Couples therapists, we're talking topics. Are you moving on from the Patreon?
I was going to move on to the Patreon to a topic that I had, but it sounds like you
You
got
got
an
a topic?
organic topic here.
I don't even know what's organic other than I'm watching through that window. We started a new couples therapist. Did I tell you guys
Yes,
about this
go
in real life
on.
or the
You
podcast?
told us about that in real life.
Yep.
So we started a new couples therapist because our old couples therapist retired. And I don't know if anybody's experienced this before, but if you've been in couples therapy and that person retires, first of all, she just one day goes, I'm retiring. She goes, obviously our work here is not done, which is not like the best review of her work, in my opinion. We've been with her for 2.5 years. But the vibe, I will tell you this, the vibe is very similar to having your mom or dad divorce a step parent.
Oh,
So it's
wow.
someone that you've let fully into your life, and then they're gone, and now she's just a stranger in the valley somewhere. I'm gonna bump into this gal one day at the beach, probably some nude beach, and then I'm gonna see old Nance. And it's just gonna be she's basically a stranger, knows everything about my relationship over the course of 2.5 years.
She's just walking around with a pocket full of your secrets.
Oh my gosh!
just
Imagine,
trusting.
imagine what's going to happen. You see her whispering to someone.
Whoa, what are you talking about? But then we started this new one.
Now, did the old one invite you
Yeah.
to the party? That's what I want to know.
There was a party.
Oh, she retired.
We got a new one, and then she sends a bunch of emails. I'll tell you that already. Bunch of things to fill out. One of the things is she goes, "Hey, I'm not going to be your friend on social media," and you know what?
Hey, old bird, we're surprised you're on there.
You know what's funny is it's not funny, but I just assumed that was the huge. Like, I can't imagine going into a couples therapist, crying, talking about your dad, talking about how your wife hates you, and then being like, I want to see her Instagram and I want her to see my Instagram. I just don't get the people that would do that.
I have a friend who will go on nameless, who went to
You
a
should name 'em.
therapist. Went to a therapist. It went
Mouth me the name.
so well. It's a mutual friend of ours. Went
Are
to
you-
a therapist. It went so well. They became friends in real life.
That's not.
They
Whoa.
stopped.
That
being-
means it did not go well.
No, it went so well. They
That's
were
not
like,
true.
they
That's
were-
a bad therapist.
no, that's a great therapist.
That's a terrible therapist.
It's such
Would
a
it
good
be-
therapist. I want to be your friend.
Would it be a good therapist if they had sex with their therapist?
They would be very bad at therapy.
Is it
In
a
some
sex
ways,
therapist?
friendship is more intimate than sex. That's what I'm trying to say. That's the point I'm getting
Well,
across.
I'm best friends with my wife then. The the thing I think is like I have friends. I think I have great friends.
Yep.
None here, but
Sure.
out
yeah,
in the
yeah.
no, I got 2 of my best friends in the entire world. I'm talking, and maybe top 2 for being honest here.
Wow.
We all know the order too.
Oh,
First one in.
I get it. That's
Uh,
how I would have ranked it too.
but I think I couldn't have better friends, and I need a therapist. So if I have a therapist and I'm like, you should be my friend, I think she's a terrible or he's a terrible therapist. Also, I'm not seeing a dude, by the way. Call me sexist.
What if it's?
I feel the same way. I like to see a female therapist.
I would like to just be different here in this moment, but I sought out a therapist recently. Specifically sought out a woman. So we're just 3.
Yeah, I
dudes
I
trying
chalk it
talk
up to like
ladies.
I know dudes, and I don't need that in my therapy.
I feel like they're going to be mean to me. That's probably
Yeah,
why
I'm
I
gonna
need to
go into
to
the
therapy.
office. I'm crying. He draws a dick on my face. I don't need that.
Yeah, just tell me to buck up all the time. I don't need that. Was it going well? I mean, how many times?
I don't know. We saw her once.
Yeah.
It didn't. I mean, it went. It felt like therapy, but not. It was like a lot of catching up and what kind of. She kind of dipped her toe into dusting up a couple old fights. Kind of being like, "What's the problem?"
Yeah.
My personal favorite, if we're ranking moments in therapy, was she goes, "Why'd you start?" And I go, "Well, this and that." And then my wife goes, "Well, I think the biggest problem, kind of most of the reason, very, very leading here, selling it as like, here's the real issue."
Uh-huh.
And it was all about me. It wasn't like we don't communicate.
It was you.
It wasn't we. It was a lot of like, he's like this And when and I was like, I don't even think that this is fair. Like, we're starting fresh here.
Well, you would hope that a good therapist would see that and be like, hey, maybe we're attacking one of the people here. Try to,
Well, I mean,
be fair and
I'm not trying to get in
balanced.
trouble in therapy, but I did the old, that's not all the problem, and then just kind of nodded my head a bit, over here.
Well, can I tell you about my topic?
Oh, can I tell you about
No, I got a different topic.
Please.
Can I tell you about the last thing of this? I got to
Please
do a
do.
private sesh. That's the reason I thought of it. I got to do a private sesh with this gal tomorrow. I thought that was abnormal. Friend of the pod, Andy Woodhull, said normal.
Normal, very normal couple therapists.
You do a side
one
sesh?
together, you do one separate, and then you get back together.
Always? Like,
I think that's well, this is a guy that's only been to one couples therapist myself.
How was she?
And that's what they did. But my buddy Francisco, who knows a lot about it, said the same thing.
This one's just doing once. According
That
to
was
how
just
she's
once.
just one.
so not in perpetuity, not like you alternate every
No,
time.
Oh,
just you
guy
get a
learns a
chance.
new
You get a
word.
chance to be alone, give your side.
Uh-huh.
What's going on with
Did you like that?
I did like it.
Because what she said, and tell me if she's just trying to trick me. She goes, I want to get a lot of like your background, like your childhood, and she made it seem like it's about us as individuals as opposed to like what's my problem, what's your beef over here.
Yeah, but she might use some of that thing from your past to find out about your present.
That's what I'm waiting on somebody to do. She also goes, no, I got a no secrets policy. You know what that tells me? She keeps a lot of secrets.
Oh. Now, let me ask you guys this. As a guy,
I hope she's keeping all your secrets.
I've not been to...
Yeah, true. So I got no secret. I'm like, shouldn't we have some?
How was the Johnagin
keep a
session
few.
today? Well, I have no secrets.
Sit down.
Pull up a
buckle
chair.
If you didn't ask, I wouldn't have told you. But now that you asked, I can't keep a secret.
I've not been to couples therapy yet. Perhaps someday I will. Okay. So is it difficult while you're in it to not try and get the therapist to be on your side?
No, I don't find that. Did you?
Well, when I was in it, the person I was there with, the reason I went to couples therapy, she big time was trying to get the couples therapist on her side constantly.
How does one do that?
It was a real
Not
like
a bit,
I'm
not
winning.
A bit. I knew it was going to get a laugh. I can't help it, man. Switch never turns off. I'm just meaning I think the two of us are so maybe this is the wrong way to say it, but we're so good at not doing that I don't even know kind of if you're saying she really did it, that means it was like overt.
She really did. She was leaving there like 2-0, crushing therapy.
What kind of stuff would she say though? How do you do it?
You just like anything your partner says, you're like, that's not true.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
We don't do a lot of that. I do a lot of like arms crossed, like when she's kind of going to town on me and I'm like not wanting to interrupt, but also like I do want to say my side of this or something. I do a lot of arms crossed and moving around, kind of like
A lot of shifts.
Pacing behind the sofa.
But the one thing I do that I can't stop and I won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. But I don't know if it's bad even. Is like she'll kind of go to town and be like, here's this thing, this guy sucks and want to shave his bush or whatever. And then I sit there and I listen.
You're doing much better than I thought if this is
I've been in Canada for so long I didn't bring my trimmers.
Yeah, by the way, this episode brought to you by the Lawnmower 3.0.
You know the
got a light on it.
Manscaped tried to sponsor this podcast, but
we got to look at these bushes and we're like, we can't do it.
Too much bush.
We don't have the technology yet for these bushes.
I sit and wait until she's done, but then I have to kind of I think of it as defending myself, but it's a bit of telling my side of the story. If I'm like, she's saying all these things, and I'm like, well, we're not considering this. I don't think either of us are like looking to fight when we get in it, but it is a lot of like looking to vent.
Okay, because it does seem only natural to be like, because you walk around in your everyday life, especially in a relationship where there's a disagreement, thinking that you're right. So you would want someone to agree with you as you're, laying out your case.
Well,
I would imagine
it's not even as much as walking around thinking you're right. It's like something will come up that you're blindsided by it, and it's like, the fuck is this? And then it's also something happens in real time on a Wednesday, and you just kind of wait until Tuesday to talk about it. That's what we do.
That's a long wait.
I got a long memory.
I got a notes app in my phone. Things we're going through.
Well, can I do my topic now?
Well, I got one thing before
Please
we do
go
your
ahead,
topic.
Andy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andy.
I just want to draw a parallel to your therapist breaking up with you. Retiring. I had a haircut lady break up with me one time.
broke up with you?
She called me on the phone.
Wait, did she retire?
She called me on. She did not retire.
She said she doesn't want to cut your hair
She
anymore.
called me up. She called me up and she goes, "Hey, I need to let you know, can't cut your hair anymore." And I say, "Why is that?" And she said, "I am no longer going to be cutting men's hair."
Oh.
I was out of there.
Is it because you kept rubbing your head against her boob when she was shampooing you?
I like my shoulder on the boob. That's
Shoulder
the
on
whole
the
reason
boob?
I go in there.
I'm not going to participate in this.
She's doing it.
Can I
She's
tell you-
flopping them around on my shoulder.
Did you go by at any point just to see if she was cutting men's hairs?
Well, I think she's very successful. And I think it got to the point where a men's haircut is $60 or whatever. And ladies' haircuts are in like $200, $300 because they're getting colors and weaves and stuff.
I could not
here's the
believe
thing.
how much
I
women's
think it was a
haircuts
money
cost.
thing.
You did a great job of explaining the things I understood and knew. But I'm saying, did you think,
You did a
Hey.
great job of.
Get him, man.
but my thought would be, hey, you fill up your schedule with that. But like, I'm a guy. I'm your guy. I've been coming to you for such a long
I've been
time.
grandfathered in.
Like if you're probably gonna cut, I bet she's cutting some men's hairs, and you didn't make the cut. Is what I think.
There's no way that is true. There's no way that is true because we had a good rapport. We had a
You
good
think?
rapport. For starters, we had a good rapport. Not only did we had a good rapport, she would brag about me because multiple TV appearances I did, she cut my hair. And then I would go in there and she would be like, "I have so much fun telling people like that. I did that hair.
I
that hair."
do that. I mean, you sold me on that. But I would say this: if I had a girlfriend or a wife leave me and go, "Hey, I'm just not in. I don't want to be in a relationship right now. I don't want to be in a relationship with you, and I don't want to be in any relationship right now." I think I would let that gal walk, and I've done this. Unfriend on all social medias.
Mhm.
If it's over, it's over. But if I got this call from the haircut place, I guarantee I would have driven by there at least 3 times.
Slowly.
It's just a different feeling to me.
Poking your head in.
I would be like, "What?
Why don't you want my money anymore? Is it because I never tip?
How often do you?" Yep, I think we may have figured it out. Your tip is getting to be a haircut on TV.
God, and if she could see your hair now, Andy, I mean, what a mistake.
She has no idea what
You
she
should walk
gave
in
up.
there just for that big mistake, huge moment. Just kind of
Oh, I love that.
shake your locks and then walk out.
right back out.
The frequency, I would imagine, is maybe once a month
For
you.
haircuts?
For you,
I'm going like once every 3 months these days.
dude. There's no fucking way this gal couldn't cut a man's hair once
Mhm.
every 3 months.
Was this
She's cheating
that
on you.
hair? Did she ever cut that hair?
No, it was always shorter when I was there. Yeah.
Looking back now, and you realize how much better your haircut is now, are you kind of mad at her?
Now I could be passing for a woman's hair. I think maybe I still get in.
You go in?
If you pay the full freight, are you mad at him for interrupting your story to tell a story about getting haircuts?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little.
I was
felt-
kind of doing it as a
given-
bit, and also
like
it's applicable to your story.
Well,
It
read
was
the
a
Your
room.
story is applicable to my
professional
story, but
leaving
you're
room,
just
yeah.
rubbing all your hair in
read
his
the
face
room
right
a little
now.
bit, my guy.
All right, well, I'm sorry.
Just
You always
over
wear a
here.
hat. Sometimes I forget.
I'm bald as hell over here. my man.
Here's the deal: you will not forget at this house, for whatever reason, since Everett was a baby, she has latched on to the fact this guy's bald. Actually, Harper kind of liked it for a while too.
It's not even. Yeah, I was gonna say it's both of them.
It's a full roast.
You want to hear a fun thing from this weekend? Alex and I played softball together this weekend.
I wish
Ride
I was
home from
invited.
softball. Ride home from softball. You want to hear a little commentary I heard on the ride home from softball?
Would love to.
Somebody in my car said Alex's hair was longer than I've ever seen it.
It is pretty long right now.
Take this hat off.
I mean, I'm not gonna take it fully off on camera, here, but you can see.
What are you not taking it off on camera for?
Because I wear it, the hat for.
This
a
is
reason,
what
my
the
guy.
Patreon's for.
No, look at that. You can see that's long.
Here's the deal: if you want to get people
It's
on the
long.
Patreon, pay how much? $5 to get on. You can see Alex's head.
No, I mean they've seen my bald head before.
Take it off.
Yeah, I'm not gonna take it
Pull
off.
your dick out then.
Okay, you got a deal. But
Can I tell you one thing first?
please do. Please do. So
I
last
cut
week,
my mouth. Oh,
Huh?
you were.
Are you gonna do it?
I'm sorry.
Last week we go see Regina Spektor at the Greek Theater.
Woo.
Okay, go to the Greek Theater. We've all been to the Greek Theater, correct?
Who's we in this story?
Huh? Have you been to the Greek Theater?
Yes.
Maura and I are we.
I've not been to the Hollywood Bowl.
Okay, so the Greek Theater sits about, I think,
You should
between
check out the Hollywood Bowl. It's pretty fun.
It
Have
is
you been?
nice.
Yeah, I've been.
What'd you see?
It was real fun. Well, actually, I had a bad time there. Now that I think about it,
Okay.
I saw what's his name, the spooky
Dave
movie
Chappelle.
soundtrack guy.
John Williams?
No,
The spooky one.
Not-
From Nightmare Before Christmas.
Nightmare Before Christmas.
He's super tatted up now.
Yeah,
He's
he
buff.
did most of the show without a shirt,
Mhm.
and then when they did the movie,
John Tesh?
It's a D name.
That's the one.
Danny
Danny
Elfman. Yeah.
Oh,
Danny
he,
Elfman.
well, he just did a movie that
Danny
was
Elfman.
great.
You got me.
He's great at
Oh,
doing
shit.
movies. Live show. No
Did
fun.
he do Oppenheimer?
I have no idea.
No way. No way.
The three of us don't have enough information about Danny Elfman. We didn't even know his name until a second
a
ago.
tough time. I
Andy's
could've
on
came up
record
with
as not being a fan.
Is he
I'm
married to
just
that
bringing it up
gal on
because I want to
Dharma and
interrupt your
Greg?
story.
No, I felt that. I did feel that, Andy.
Is he married to the gal on Dharma and Greg?
No, I don't think so.
No, he's too buff for that.
I don't
no.
think this guy's married to anybody. Maybe he is.
He's married to the grind.
I hope he has a happy
You see
life.
his muscles. I'm trying to vamp while you.
He does like death metal-y.
I'm glad
rock
we
band
interrupted
music.
my
All right.
story for you to scroll through the internet. You know?
I'm on the internet. Oh, you know what? He wrote Ken and Barbie. He wrote a song on there, it looks like.
Oh, he wrote a song.
Oh.
I just saw his name somewhere. Damn it.
He's done a lot of movies. This is a successful career.
Hold on. Alex, do you mind waiting to tell your story
No,
until I
I'm-
scroll
I
through?
I got
mind
an update
waiting.
from a story we did before on the podcast.
What?
Remember that guy in
Yeah.
Japan
Throw it
that
in. The
I'm
dog
on,
man?
You know what? I'm on a
yeah, the
writer.
dog.
The guy's page I'm on is a writer.
Okay, yeah, that's not the right guy. That's the
Well, he
wrong guy.
writes music, musical scores.
Tell me about this dog guy real quick.
This guy in Japan, he became a dog.
Uh-huh.
New articles out on this man. People want to know how his family has taken it that he has become a dog.
Have they accepted him? Have they rejected him? Have they put him up for adoption?
That's what people want to know.
Is
That's
he
what
in
the
a
new
shelter?
That's what the new article is about.
Uh-huh.
Are you ready for it?
I'm ready.
Yeah, they accepted him.
What happened? It's a
Yeah,
good
turns
update.
out he's a good boy.
That's a good. It's a good.
Oh, did
update.
you write
Crate
that joke?
trained.
Yeah, I just came up with it.
He's
All
crate
right.
trained. He's a good dog. Greek theater sits about 4,000 to 6,000 people. It's somewhere in there between 4,000 and 6,000 folks. Okay, You can look it up. You're on your phone.
Nightmare
okay?
on Elm Street or Nightmare?
Yeah, Nightmare
Before Christmas.
Before Christmas.
Nightmare
yeah.
Before Christmas. Tim Burton, claymation. He did the songs. I believe he sings the songs that
Yeah.
Jack Skellington sings.
He does sing them. But he also did like Spider-Man, the original Batman Michael Keaton movie.
Oh, that's a goodie.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Regina Spektor.
but
Greek
when he's
theater.
doing the concert,
Uh-huh.
he has someone come out and direct the orchestra. He doesn't even direct the orchestra. He leaves. He does like some
Coward.
Right.
metal songs.
He's a coward.
and then
Uh,
a different.
Danny Elfman.
yeah.
That's who did Nightmare Before Christmas.
Glad we got there. Regina Spektor. Greek theater.
Uh-huh.
Sold out. Okay. Between 4,000 and 6,000 people there, as we've touched on
Mhm.
a few times now. Okay. She comes out. It's just her and the piano. Okay. It's just her playing the piano. So it feels very intimate. Everyone is sitting at
Uh-huh.
rapt attention. Okay.
She wasn't wearing her glasses.
She was not wearing her glasses. So even when she speaks in the microphone, she speaks very quietly sometimes. So you really got to listen in. Everyone's very quiet. So she's playing and it's a great concert. At one point, she gets up and she goes, kind of is vamping in between songs. She goes, okay, this next song is my most, she's kind of silly and weird and
Yeah.
artsy. She goes, but this next song is my most egotistical song. So apologies in advance. And it gets a little bit of a laugh. And then a guy in the crowd goes, you're in LA, and gets a laugh from about half of the Greek theater.
wow.
So about 2,000 or 3,000 people laugh at this guy's line
That's great.
from the audience. So here's my scenario, guys. We've all carved out lives for ourselves where we've made a living in comedy, okay? You can keep living this life in comedy, doing what you do now. Everything is the same. Or I present you an alternate reality where you do a different job. It's not bad, but it's not great. It's just, you manage a grocery store. Like it's a good life. It's fine.
Natural foods.
Natural foods if you want it. Okay.
Do we have bulk bins?
But you make twice as much money in that job than you do in your regular life, right? You're
All
twice
right.
as successful.
Mhm.
But in that alternate reality, you get the laugh at the Greek theater from about 2,000 strangers. Do you take that, or do you keep living this life? Your kids are there. Everything's the same except the job
Who was the
and the
concert?
money. Regina Spektor. 2,000 people.
No,
laugh.
I like what I have.
You like what you got?
Yeah, because I can also do that.
No. I
Yeah.
got to take that away for this. You can't do
I
it.
got a big laugh at Staples Center. Felt great.
No, in this scenario, you never get that. It's the only
I think
time it'll
I'd
ever
get it.
happen in
What's
the
the
alternate.
laugh you got at Staples Center?
Did
Did you win the thing to shoot a free throw?
and then shot a free throw and made it,
And
then
people
won?
laughed
What?
at the way you shot the basketball.
What a long way to go to explain it.
Well, I thought people would know.
It was longer than my Regina Spektor story.
So you can make twice as much money and get one laugh, or you can
From a big
have this
theater
current
full
laugh
of people.
and just get laughs.
Just you live your life in comedy, but you're twice.
I'll
as,
also get a laugh there though.
No, you can't. They're not in this scenario. But you're twice as well off.
But I get all the
financially.
laughs I'm already getting.
You get all the laughs,
That's
but never,
cumulatively better.
but never from a big crowd like that.
That's better.
Andy,
I'm keeping my life right now. Even double the money I make isn't that great. So I'm pretty happy.
what if I triple it? I'll quadruple.
You're gonna
it.
have to get into the tens.
I'll 10 it.
We got to get a 0 added on.
So there, what do I have to do to get you to live that guy's life? Nothing. I mean, that guy's just walking
That
around.
guy
What
may have been a comedian.
I don't know.
It's L.A.
It's L.A. Could have been.
He's selling shirts after.
What a great moment for that guy, though.
Here's a different scenario. You go to Regina Spektor.
Yep.
As you did.
I did.
You see that guy yell that out, and you
Mhm.
know she's doing that same show tomorrow. And I go, hey,
Uh-huh.
I got tickets to see Regina tonight. Do you want to go? We go. We're sitting, same seat that guy's sitting in. Do you steal his joke?
I don't know if I do because what made it great was it also got a laugh from her. She also laughed at it. So if she hears it a second time, I think she'd be like, that's weird. That's fucked up.
No,
Or
I
she'll
think this
call
time.
me-
Here's the
she'll
thing.
call me out for being a thief.
I think she enjoys it again.
You think so?
Yeah. So in
Like a
this
second
scenario, second show, she went home.
Mm-hmm.
She said, "You're not gonna believe what happened at that concert." Great line, huge laugh, and I'm telling you this. I hope it happens again tomorrow.
Oh.
And then now I give you a free ticket. Here's the thing: it's not your joke,
Yeah.
but you
It's
know it's going to get a huge laugh.
It's an integrity thing, huh? It's an
Do you
integrity
do
play.
it?
I don't think I do it. I don't think I could do it. I'd want to. I'd wait for someone to do it, but then I think the moment would pass. You guys do it.
I don't think I'd do it either. I don't know that I know anyone I could go to a concert with that wouldn't be annoyed at me for yelling a joke out.
But it gets a huge laugh. I mean, you're getting a laugh from half of the Greek theater, my man.
I've got a solid laugh at the Staples Center, but I've also been a few beers in at a baseball game and been like a chatty guy and like yelling things and gotten laughs there. Not like, it's a baseball game. There's not a lot of people there.
What was the Staples Center laugh? Because
I've told you the story.
Were you on the dance cam?
But Andy, right now we're living in a world.
That's a natural place to get a laugh.
We're living in a world where either A, you were on the dance cam, or B, you shot a free throw.
I've told you the story. So
Well, I
the
don't know the story.
Clippers.
That's what I'm trying to get him to do.
It was when Doc Rivers was with the Clippers,
Mm-hmm.
and the Clippers were disappointing. A new scenario, and Ballmer had just bought the team, and we're at like a noticeably light capacity. It's near the end of the game. People have left. I'm going to say 50-ish%, bunch of empty seats, and it's quieter. And you just hear this guy going, Steve! Steve, to Steve Ballmer. And he goes, Steve, it's not your fault. Steve, Doc Rivers. And he's just like, but everything he yells, he's heckling Doc Rivers.
Mm-hmm.
And he's also comforting Steve Ballmer. But he says Steve before every time. He's, Steve, this is not your fault. And then it gets quiet, and I go, Steve, I think this guy wants to talk to you.
Uh-huh.
And then a big laugh in the whole section. 119. I was in Justin's seats.
You signed any autographs?
I sold a shirt that
Sold some
Steve,
shirts.
this
Very
guy wants to
funny.
talk to you.
I mean, that's got the cadence of a catchphrase. You know what I mean? You get that in a different setting. I mean, you're Larry the Cable Guy. Here's your sign. Y'all better save up.
Sounds like that guy might have been Bert or
Save
Ernie.
up. Save up.
Does have a Bert and Ernie vibe to it.
He
Yeah.
was I would say I'm doing a pretty accurate impression of what that guy sounded like. I will tell you this also. As a Clippers fan, basketball season starts in October. I'm excited to see where Clipper Darrell sits now.
I think it's an upgrade.
I don't know if he wants an upgrade as much as he wants, because I think we went to a game. Now he has free reign. He walks
everywhere. Yeah.
No one stops him. Do you know this Clipper Darrell story?
No.
Do you know who Clipper Darrell is?
No.
So,
All
biggest
the
Clippers
context
fan.
clues
Who's
are
he?
there.
Lakers fan?
No, he's a Clippers fan.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you know what his first name is, right?
Clippers?
Clipper.
No. What would his second name be, though?
Dave?
No, it's Clipper Darrell. His name's Darrell. He wears a suit that's red and blue, Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
Clippers. I think he has a Clippers car. He's been a season ticket holder for 30 years or whatever. And he, loudest voice in the arena, has hilarious lines. Also, like, just fan favorite. Clipper Darrell. Everyone knows him as Clipper Darrell.
Is so loud, like theater trained loud.
No.
And like
Crazy
quick
voice.
lines, and they're always funny, and a lot of them are like great digs on the opposing player, huge laughs. So he's leaving a game as a known fan, and he's dressed in a fucking red and blue suit.
Can't miss.
Like, if you're
Uh-huh.
in there, you know who he is. So they're leaving a game. Security wants people going out the door over yonder, but Clipper Darrell, there's security camera footage. You can tell he's just trying to go out the door he normally goes out, and he has a bucket of popcorn with him, and his big security dude steps in front of him, and then you just see kind of some hand movement, and then Clipper sidesteps him, and the guy just cold cocks? Is that what you would say?
I'd say a cold cock.
Cold cock knocks him unconscious.
Oh my gosh.
Knocks him out. It's violent.
Mm-hmm.
So then Clipper Darrell isn't there for a while. And there's like Twitter releases that he got checked out in the hospital and whatever. I think we went to a game after, and there's someone sitting in his seat with one of those private eye cameras with the telescopic lens. I think he was like trying to get some shit. So then we go back to a game a month or two later at the end of the season. Clipper Darrell's back in the stadium or the arena, and he walks down past security to where like the players go, and
Has
to the
never been seen there before.
Yeah.
walks everywhere now. And that's just the sitch is probably sued, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And he's such a fan, they can't like drag it out. I bet he got whatever he wanted.
Uh-huh.
Do you think
Just
he's
access
sued,
to the whole arena?
or the threat of a lawsuit bought him whatever he wants in the arena?
Well, I think I don't know how lawsuits work. We need Sally, but I think he probably got a lawyer, and then the lawyer called and goes, Clipper Darrell wants, $20 million and season tickets on the floor and season tickets in the Inuit Dome when you open that. And then they may go like, we'll give him $6 million and the seats and access and a parking spot. And he accepted it, and that's how clean it was. I bet it was 1-2 and
Wow.
it's over.
Free popcorn every game.
The freest popcorn.
Oh, dude, a black card for
One
an
of those
arena.
trash bags full of popcorn that the employees get to take home at the end of
Have
the
you
day.
seen that?
That's the
Yeah,
best.
I've seen that plenty of
That's
times.
the best part of having a friend that
Seen
worked
that
at the
plenty
movie
of
theater in
times.
high school.
Oh, you had that?
Oh yeah,
Big clear trash bag full of popcorn.
my friend Josh worked at the Regal
What a party.
Cinemas and would bring home just trash bag after trash bag of popcorn.
Oh.
It was a jackpot. One time, I think I've told this story. I went to a gas station. A kid I went to high school with was working at the gas station. He was throwing away the donuts for the night before the new shipment came in.
I wanted it to be the hot dogs.
No, just gave me a trash bag full of donuts, trash bag full of Krispy Kremes, my guy. And I went back to my friend's house where I came from. You've never seen a bigger hero than me strolling through the door with that. slung
What do you
over
got on
my
your
shoulder.
phone?
Well, I wanted to give a shout out to Sally Brooks, who texted Andy and I just this morning,
Oh, wow. What
saying
about-
she had listened to,
nice to be on that.
the most recent episode of the podcast and was thinking about
Was
us.
I on it?
You were not. That's why you were not included.
Mhm.
But I also wanted to
Woo.
shout out her. She is also doing a rebrand of her podcast, and it's called The Ridiculist.
That sounds right. Ridiculous. Formerly Dumb Love.
Dumb Love.
It's like lists of dicks.
Maybe. We don't know what exactly.
Well,
it's gonna be.
she likes to draw dicks on things.
I think it's just ridiculous stories from the internet. All things ridiculous. Ridiculous. So
That's a great name.
give that a look, a listen, a like, a fave. One of the best folks out there, best folks going. Sally Brooks.
I feel like we've done the bit long enough. What's the funny, interesting thing you were going to say?
Hmm?
What was the funny, interesting topic you had?
It was the Regina Spektor thing.
Oh,
You know,
geez,
it was
wow.
this great scenario I laid out for you that neither of you bid on.
Oh man, I'm
Turned
sorry.
up just being a story about a funny thing I heard a guy say. Not at all what I wanted. But
Did you laugh at the guy?
I didn't laugh, but I was like, that's funny.
Why didn't you?
Mhm.
And I was envious of his
You were jealous.
his big laugh, you know. But I was having a good time. Really enjoyed the concert. Really fun show. I love stripped down versions of songs.
That's
I
fun.
love music that sounds like it came from a person. So anytime it's just someone and an instrument, it's my favorite type of performance. And so I was just over the moon when she walked out and it was just her and a grand piano.
It's very cool.
Uh-huh.
Very cool to see. Also, how much money do you think she saves not paying a band
Oh.
So much.
to
Yeah.
back her up? Just an
A lot.
insane amount, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys know the band Here Come the Mummies?
Yes.
I opened for Here Come the Mummies.
I love Here Come the Mummies.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you this. I went to, I think I'd probably say this. Bob from Bob and Tom
Mm-hmm.
had a milestone birthday, and it was like you dress up and wear a suit.
21?
21, and Heather was able to go. I think this was pre-kids because we had a great time, and she dolled up, and we go, and it's this like the best food, the best hang. We're at a great table, everybody's chitting and chatting. Then they're like, the band's coming. It's Here Come the Mummies. I kind of knew that.
Here comes the
They
Mummies
marched
again.
down the thing, and Here Come the Mummies. I'll tell you what. If you haven't listened to them, the story I believe is they're all like in other bands,
Mhm.
and they're not able to tour as themselves or the artist of like from the band, whatever. So they all dress like mummies, and they write their own music. And there's a horn section,
Mhm.
and you give me a horn section, I'm in all
You're
day long.
moving, you're
I
grooving.
love
It-
horns.
Remains one of the best nights I've had as an adult, to the point that I have like a little, can we say fantasy?
Sure.
About like just having a fun Halloween party somewhere and having Here Come the Mummies play. My question, this band, they're legit, they tour. How much do you think it is to book Here Come the Mummies?
Do you know the answer?
No.
I
We're
think
all
it's
guessing.
Substantial. When I opened for
I
them,
got a number I think it is.
it was at the Taft Theater. It was a large venue in Cincinnati. So I got to think it's a lot.
Full set? We talking full set or just a couple songs?
Great
set, full
question.
Full set?
It's expensive.
$30,000.
30 was going to be where I was about. 25, 30,000.
There's a lot of people in the band. You got to,
And they're all undead. You got to pay
Yeah.
to, wake them up.
My guess was 30 grand too.
Yeah.
Not a bit. So
they got those trucks full of those little things that has their liver in them.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They got all those different jars with their organs. Sarcophaguses.
if anybody has the opportunity to pay them or pay to see them, I think do it.
Definitely do. Check it out. It's weird that you're not more into ska music.
I think I would hate it.
I think you would
They got
like
horns?
It's mostly horns.
Here's
It's
the thing, I think I
defining
would-
characteristic of
I don't know that I'm listening to the horns on the radio. Wait, did you?
I was doing a little ska music.
Andy
Where did-
loves ska.
I love it. Yeah.
Do you really?
When I was young, that was my thing. I loved ska music.
Tell
It
him
was-
about
it was my
that
favorite.
first concert you went to.
I've
First
been friends with
concert-
him
I bet
longer
I've
than you
told
have.
him.
No,
I
but
probably know it.
If you don't, well, okay,
Maybe
we'll
we've
see.
told First concert I ever went to. My brother Jeff took me to a concert in Milwaukee. Name of the concert was Ska Against Racism.
Oh yeah, I do know
First
the
concert
story.
I ever
You do?
went to. It was
Yeah.
so. Should I stop telling it?
No, I want it. The listeners don't. I'm just
It
doing
was
like
so fun.
Alex
Less
is
than
trying
Jake
to
was
friend
one of the
flex over
headliners.
here.
Mustard Plug was there. So many great. The
Mustard Plug?
Toasters were there. All these great ska bands, and I had an amazing time. And I bought a T-shirt, Ska Against Racism. And then I went back to high school. I was so excited to wear my new T-shirt. And a cool black guy goes, "Don't ever wear that shirt again."
Oh
Yeah.
I think that shirt flies on today.
I think now you can do it. Yeah, back then he was like, "Well, I don't need you wearing that."
I'm on your side. I'm trying to end it
Yeah.
with my ska music.
Maybe he liked racism.
I don't know. I'm looking back on it. If I'm being totally honest, it was also the only size they had was a small, so it could have just been he was like, "Shirt's too small for you, bud.
That
you
is
should
even
not be
better.
wearing
He's
it."
doing you a favor.
I've
You
never
should
heard
not
that part
be
of the
wearing
story.
it.
That I think that may have been it. He's a nice guy.
Maybe secretly your best friend. You just never made eye contact with him again after that day. Ruined a friendship.
Dude, wearing a shirt that's a little too small, I can barely function. I become already an insecure guy in a lot of ways.
Uh-huh.
I become like a shell of a person.
What would you rather do? Walk around
I'm
a
listening.
day in a shirt that's just a little bit too
Uh-huh.
small, just a little bit too
Yeah.
small, or wildly too big?
Wildly too big.
Wildly too big.
I should go put that shirt on I bought at the Taylor Swift concert.
Just all day long, you look like you're ready for a nap.
This is a
or
yeah.
people are like, what happened to him that he had to put
Subway sandwiches.
Oh, they think I'm going to buy my boyfriend a sandwich. But I went to this is a PSA also. I don't know if we have a drop for this yet. But Taylor Swift concert, buy a sweatshirt, $70. Feels
What?
expensive. It's a hoodie, and I get
Okay,
I
that
get
changes things.
the size I wear. Every single shirt I wear is a medium.
Mhm.
And I get this medium from the Taylor Swift concert. It goes down to the middle of my thighs, and the sleeves are too long. There's not a medium person in the world that is that size. And I was so bummed because I was like gonna wear it. I did like it, but now Harper has it, and she's gonna wear it as a dress.
That's what I was gonna say. Do you think it was made for teenage girls who like to wear oversized hoodies?
Yeah, probably.
But even a teenage girl wearing an oversized hoodie has bought oversized hoodies, and they know what size that is, so they would buy that size. Why is it this big?
Maybe.
Well, because you get what you pay for with Taylor Swift, and you got a little extra material for your money.
That's true.
Maybe she's
Did Tori get any merch? No merch?
No merch.
Maybe she knows it's going to shrink. She's doing you a favor. You know, that's one of my
Should I shrink it up?
things I hate is when something comes pre-shrunk or not, or you never know, and a thing fits right, and then you wash it, now it's ruined, or you know.
Can I tell you this about the shrinking? Everything I get that I'm worried about shrinking, it's dry clean or hang dry it, and maybe that's the reason of what I'm about to say. But I haven't had anything shrink in so long that it's like, is it still happening?
Oh, it's happening.
Are clothes still shrinking?
This here T-shirt I got from the Jason Isbell
looks like it fits you
concert.
great.
Well, it fit even better before I washed it and dried it, my man.
You liked it better before?
I washed it once, hang dried it, but when I did that, for whatever reason, it kind of like flared out like a bell at the bottom, and I hated it. So then I washed it and dried it, hoping the shape would snap back, and it did. So I still like how it fits, but I liked how it fit a little bit better before.
What size is it?
It's a medium.
We're both mediums.
Two mediums.
Swap shirts, guys.
Take your shirt
off.
off.
Are you a medium?
Take your jacket
I
off.
wear larges.
I think you'd be medium.
Probably should be.
It sounded like a dig, but it was a compliment. It took me a second to process what you were saying.
Oh.
I had to run it through a couple times. Well, anybody got anything else? Anybody got
You're
anything
running a marathon.
That's good, yeah.
Can I say
let
this?
me tell you about
we
that.
pointed out about you running a marathon. You missed Jason's wedding, so you could run a marathon in New Mexico.
Yeah.
And now you're gonna miss part of Andy's bachelor party because you're gonna run a marathon in Minneapolis, which is where Jason's wedding is.
That's a different thing.
No, it's the same thing.
No, the part of Andy's bachelor party I might miss is I might go watch a football game in Cincinnati.
Oh, I missed it.
Are we talking about this bachelor party? Was that a
Yeah, we can
secret?
talk about it. It's not a secret.
Let me tell you real
Don't
quick.
tell
Write
my-
in. You
don't
want to
tell
get
my
invited.
therapist.
Let me tell you real quick about this marathon I ran. I was supposed to run 18 miles yesterday. Usually I got Maura helping me out. She's bringing me water as I run, but she's out of town
Good
currently.
gal.
So I had to run.
Yeah, I would be so annoyed if you asked me to do that.
with. It's part. She's a good
I'd be
partner.
like, you're
She's-
running a marathon. Why the fuck is it affecting
she
my Saturday?
loves and supports me, and
But supports you means go see you run the marathon. I'm not gonna like
or helps
hand
me.
you a banana every Saturday.
I'm sorry, I'm in a relationship with a nice person.
I'm telling her she's too. I'm gonna make the call here.
So I had to run the whole time with this water bottle that kind of slides onto my hand, and I hate doing it, but I did it, and I ran out of water, and only could do 16 miles, probably a few more than I should have done. So I finished that. I'm exhausted, legs hurt, head hurts. I'm a little nauseous, but I'm starving. But I got a frozen pizza to eat at the end of it. I can't eat much of it because I'm unsettled from running. So I go to bed and I fall asleep maybe about 2.5 hours after I finish the run. I wake up an hour later dripping sweat to where the bed if the puddle would not have been by my head, I would have been certain I pissed the bed. Was
Oh
how
my
much
God.
sweat was.
Sounds like he had too much water. He's saying he didn't have enough.
Did
Well-
you go down on a squirter?
It seemed like it. That's how wet it was. I didn't realize how wet it was till I got up. I went to the bathroom. I came back to bed. I put my hand on the bed, and it was like squish. It was like that much. And then I Googled it, and it was because it said my metabolism was going so high that my core temperature rose. I also went and I ate 2 pieces of pizza in the middle of the night, and then went back to bed. But I sweat so much, it was wild.
Is it
Crazy.
good?
Huh?
Like, is it good to do that when you Googled it?
It's
Or are
not.
they worried about you?
It's not. They're not worried about me. I was worried as a guy that's worried.
What are you
about lots of
supposed to
stuff.
do?
That's just a thing that'll happen sometimes.
What more say about that?
I haven't told her yet. I got to talk to
You're
her.
just going to break out in puddles of sweat in the middle of the night?
You guys ever do a night sweat? You guys ever
You
get
know
a night
Maura,
sweat
she
going?
stays up all night with a little towel dabbing him off.
Yeah, she's a very good partner. She's a very good partner. You guys ever get a night sweat going? You ever get these night sweats?
If I drink a lot.
I'm sure it's happened. You know, if I don't feel well, if I got a fever.
Fever.
If I drink a lot, I'm not waking up in a puddle, but I'll wake up wet.
I wake up. This is my first puddle. It's my first puddle, guys.
Never had a puddle.
Feels good. Feels good to have a puddle.
I like breaking a sweat. If I work out and don't break a sweat, I feel like I didn't work out.
Yeah, I get that.
Boy, I hated that I said that.
I don't like doing it in my sleep.
That was an embarrassing thing to say.
It was scary.
We were gonna talk about bachelor party, but like, are we ending this? I just looked at the thing.
What are you going to say about the bachelor party? We're going.
I mean, Alex is barely going.
I'm going.
I was gonna ask.
Every day
so
but one day potentially,
thing.
and I don't even know if I'm not going that one day. I gotta
is
make a phone call.
there's an podcast announcement? Have you talked about it? You're engaged to be married.
I'm engaged. Yeah, I think we talked about it.
Great gal. I think I made 2 solid jokes on that text thread about this, and no ha-has even. And ha-has like the bare minimum.
When?
Well, I don't know what we're talking about
When
now.
you talked about the bachelor party, I said, "Heck yeah, I'm going." Andy always has great bachelor parties.
Oh, yeah. I feel like I ha-ha
I could look back. I felt it.
This is my second
And
one.
then I got a second joke in the same thread. I got nothing. I'm in Canada. I just need these ha's to survive.
Well, I mean, good jokes.
It was one of our
Can
few
you take 'em now?
It seems like it's not a great, but I think I alluded to this in the thread that your Midwest friends got dibs on picking the place, so now everybody out here
They
has to get
picked
on
the
an
place.
airplane. Is that because they outnumber
true.
us?
Well, here's what I'll say in defense.
Well,
they planned it. Yeah,
But we didn't get an opportunity to plan it.
it's true.
well, I didn't ask them to plan it.
They just did it?
Just did it.
Really?
So
we fucked up.
you guys fucked up.
Yeah,
we
because
fucked
I
up.
would have said you don't do it for the second one.
That's what I said to them. I said, well, I don't know that I need to have one. I already had one that was perfect. It's such a great memory. I mean, I would love to just do a cabin trip again. And these guys are so sweet. They planned one.
That first one of my favorite times as an adult person.
It was a blast. We're doing it
Great
again.
times. Similar crew, same crew. No Pat.
I invited Pat. Hopefully Pat can come, but I looked at his road schedule and he does have shows, so he
he's
might not
lying.
be able to go.
And my
I
other
invited
question,
Meat. I don't think you responded.
how's that's
Mike Cronin, you listening? I invited you. Why don't you text me back?
now all the
Meat.
people you didn't invite because you've spread it out. There's people. Meat is on a different tier than I am, and now that you've opened it up to that tier, you're gonna get some calls.
He's having a second baby. That's
He
due,
got too many kids to leave the house.
very soon. But I asked him, maybe you guys know this. I go, "You having a baby shower for the second baby?" And he goes, "Oh, people don't do that."
That's true.
I didn't know that.
That is true.
I
You
thought
don't
had
do a baby shower for the
for
second
every
baby?
baby.
Typically, you don't do it. I don't. It seems like an outdated thing, but the reason that it was explained to me was that once you have a baby, you have most of the things you need that you would get at a baby shower, which is 100% not true.
Yeah.
Our kids were spaced apart 3 years, and we also didn't know it was going to be like we saved like things that are sentimental here and there. I saved as much as I can, but Heather gets rid of shit. But everything's gone. We had another baby, and we started from scratch. Another baby shower would have done us some good.
I like a baby shower. The games are fun. It's very silly. Your friend of yours is having a baby. It's a fun time.
I thought only women went to them.
I love a baby
dude.
shower.
I've never
Thanks.
been to one.
I'm so glad you said that.
I've never been
I've
to
never
one.
been to
Nor
one.
have I ever been
What are we
invited to
doing?
one.
I've been to so many baby showers. Legit, like truly.
That's
I've
crazy.
planned a couple baby showers. I fucking love a baby shower.
I wouldn't trust you to plan a baby shower for nothing.
I throw a great baby shower. I mean,
I've
I throw
never
one of
been
the
to
better
one.
baby showers.
As I'm saying it, I'm lucky that this podcast isn't huge. I'm going to a baby shower in a couple weeks.
There you go.
First one.
Boom.
I-
What
I
about
got-
your own? You
I
didn't go
did-
to
I
your
got-
own baby shower?
No, I didn't go to my own baby shower. No
do you mean?
guys were there.
Why not?
Why?
Because you're celebrating the baby. It's fun.
You're
They're
not
playing games.
celebrating the baby.
What
You're
candy bars in this diaper? How many squares of
What?
toilet paper?
That's what you do there?
That's one of the games, Andy. It's fun. You'd fucking
a
love
big
a baby
part
shower.
of the baby shower is celebrating the mom, right?
Yeah. Okay. So why can't men celebrate the moms?
Because it's not what they want. I don't
you don't
think.
fucking like cake? I mean, what are you doing? I mean, everybody likes the
I don't know, dude.
party.
I mean, once you, I will
Talk
say this
about outdated YouTube.
I will
sitting
tell you
over
this.
here.
because we're
Why don't you
living
go-
in
why
we're
don't you
living.
kill something in the woods. You fucking.
You're so into
Macho.
baby shower. I've never seen you so hot. It's fucking. You know what it is? It's a little weird. What's happening to you right now?
I'm attacked here. I've been to a lot of baby showers. I like baby showers, and I've never met two
I-
old-fashioned walking around in the 50s
No.
just keeping your feelings
I mean,
inside.
you are making a good
Evolve, boys.
The fact that it is 2023, anytime you say like that's something just for women, it really is one question away from being a problem. But yeah, I mean, it's, and I do think it is something that's traditional. It's not something that is like you're born this way or this is who you are. It's a traditional thing. I'm going to dig this hole deeper for a second. That is traditionally just women. I think men like elbowed their ways in because they're worried their wife's going to fuck somebody or something. Like it's
and
no co-ed showers unless it's with my queen. That's how I live.
You went to Meet's Zoom baby shower. You were on the Zoom. I remember. You were there. You've been to a baby shower.
that
When
was
it
a Zoom. That was a Zoom.
It counts. It was fun. It was fun. We played games.
No,
we
I
guessed the price of what these weird baby
No,
products cost.
It was on my computer and I used that to masturbate. It's not a baby shower.
I've heard that. I've heard that.
But I will say this: what's the word on the sleep situation? Can I get a private room or at least a room with you?
I don't know the answer to that. I did send your request to the text thread with the other guys.
Yeah, how was it received? You can add me. I'll tell you this:
You want me to I'll start a new one with everybody?
I think they're all great. I'm 40. I'm not sleeping with someone I don't know.
Well, I don't think anybody's going to be in the same bed.
There's only so many bedrooms. There's a lot of people.
That's
coming.
why I
we
said
might
it.
have to join them.
Andy gets his own. Andy gets his own room.
I saw that there was one master, and I assumed Andy would get it. But if he's not, I'd take it. He knows everyone. I don't think it's without reason for a person to offer it.
Do you want to hear their response to your request?
I'll tell you this. This is dependent on whether or not I go. I'm not flying to fucking Chicago and then gonna sleep with. They're all
fun.
great, but I'm not sleeping with
Sleep
everybody.
on a couch. You're not going to think about it. You're having too much fun.
Okay. Let's
Also,
see.
they all know each other.
Can I tell you this? That was my biggest when I got invited to a bachelor party, Tom Takar's bachelor party in New Orleans, and for the entire time leading up to it, I was stressing, fretting that I was going to have to sleep in a place where I would not be able to sleep at all. I'd have to sleep with someone in a room with like 3 dudes and they're snoring, or I'd have to sleep on an uncomfortable couch. I slept on the uncomfortable couch next to another guy on an uncomfortable couch in a room where people were coming in and out of all night. It was still an incredible trip because I was having so much fun. I was just so tired. I slept for like 4 hours and then I woke up and then we just started hanging out again. It didn't even matter that it
You're
was
younger
a
than
bad
me.
snooze.
I'm
okay.
This is out. I can go like I'm 40. I don't do that anymore.
At
I've been
30
waiting
at
for
39,
this.
you couldn't do it.
But you know that me and all my friends are older than you.
But I'm not doing this now.
That's a great point. Yeah. You got to sleep on the couch.
I need an
freshman.
answer before I commit. If there's
What did they
an
say?
RSVP.
Was it funny?
I'll tell you what they said.
Look how tiny his phone is.
It is tiny. I touched it the other day. It was way too small.
My buddy Nate says, I'll pay more than Tommy. Let's get a bidding war going.
Okay, done. I'm terrible with money.
Have those two bid it up till I don't have to pay anything to go to this.
John Woo said, everyone has to bunk up for the sake of camaraderie. And yes, I had to look up the spelling.
I think John Woo gets it.
And then he said, I picked Cisco because he won't be back in our bedroom till the morning.
I should have picked Cisco. I love all those guys.
They're very fun to hang out with.
We can be in your underwear.
It's going to be a great time.
Yeah.
No, you wear your shacket. Wear your shacket to sleep. It'll be in the fall.
It's
You'll
not
be
a
In our
shacket.
underwear, we'll probably all see each other's penises. It's going to be,
It's a
just a
bachelor party.
regular bachelor party.
Nobody saw anybody's penises at your last one.
That's why I got to-
I saw your dad's dick.
Well, I wondered why you two were always so close.
Well, that's a podcast, guys. I mean, stay tuned for the update on this bachelor party situation if Tommy goes or not. But
Yeah. Normally we say send your stories, but you can
still
still send them because we'll talk about anything,
Mhm.
and we'll still do
stories.
some top stories here and there and yonder and crime time and local sex.
I've got some.
So if you got stories, if you got topics, now we're opening up. It's not just send your stories, baby. It's is this just a Patreon thing I'm just saying right now?
No, this is to anybody.
All right, send it everybody.
Send it our way.
Send it to Alex. You can text him at 513.
Please don't. Area code was enough. Yeah. Andy, hit us with your trademark. Bye, Andy. Take us out.
Bye.
See ya.